Hi, welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making challah, and for those of you who don't know what challah is, it's a braided, twisted egg bread that normally Jewish households eat on Friday night for the Sabbath, but everybody can eat it. It's a wonderful bread, and it's a lot of fun to make. And don't be afraid of making bread. It's so easy. It's just a few ingredients, comes together. You need to be home, yes, but it takes maybe maximum 3 hours. Working time, maybe 5-10 minutes the most. So let's get started. We're gonna put it together. I'm gonna make 2 loaves today, and we're gonna start with using my bash, and we're gonna put in about 10 cups of flour because we're gonna make 2 loaves, so there'll be enough dough to play with if you want, or enough to make an extra loaf for your friends and neighbors. Whatever, you can make rolls out of it. This is a 2-cup measure, so that's already about 6 cups.
And if you don't have that machine, what can you use?
Well, if you don't have a dough hook, a bread machine, you just knead it by hand. And I'm going to show you how to knead by hand in this presentation, okay? So we've got about 10 cups of flour. Now we need 2 teaspoons of salt, because don't leave the salt out or it'll be really flat. This is kosher salt that I use. I take it out of the box. I put it in a jar because it's just easier to measure from a jar than from the box, and I think it keeps better. Also, we're going to put in 2 tablespoons. Let me make sure that's right. Maybe 2 teaspoons. Okay. The challah is 2 teaspoons.
That doubled?
Of yeast is doubled. So 1, 2. Okay. That takes care. And we put the yeast in with the flour. I don't proof it first. I don't dissolve it in water first. I do it all together and add the water warm enough so it'll activate the yeast. So the water has to be between 120 and 130 if you're dissolving it this way. If it's too hot, you're going to kill the yeast. If it's too cold, it won't activate the yeast. So this is probably the most important part of making bread, is getting the water at the right temperature. Okay, now we're going to add the oil, 1/2 cup of oil. And if you put the oil in first and then put the honey in, the honey won't stick. It's a really good trick.
Pro trick.
So now we're going to put the honey in and watch how it'll just spill out. So we need 1/2 cup of honey. I'm pouring it into the cup that had the oil in it. There we go, 1/2 cup. Now it just pours right out.
Oh,
doesn't
wow.
stick.
Awesome. Let me see that cup.
And I'll show you the cup.
And trick.
If you have a recipe with honey and it doesn't call for oil, just spray the measuring cup before you put the honey in, like for cakes or cookies or whatever.
Oh, with like a cooking spray.
Yeah, any kind of a cooking spray, you know.
Okay.
Now we're going to add 4 eggs. I'm doubling the recipe for 2 loaves. I think I might have said that. You can make smaller loaves and make 4 loaves out of it. You know, we're just going to play with the dough when we make the braid. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to add the water. I've got it measured out, 2.5 cups of water. And it cooled off, so I'm going to heat it up a little bit because now it says it's only up to about 115. And I want it between 120 and 130. So if you have a thermometer, it's a good idea to get it up to that temperature.
Okay.
Okay, now we have the water between 120 and 130. And we're just going to pour the water into this. and turn it on. And there you go. Now, you have to add flour until it cleans the bowl. I didn't put in enough flour because you don't want to overflour it. It'll make your bread dry. But you just keep adding flour depending on how large your eggs are. You might need more or less flour. If you have extra large eggs, you're going to need more flour because it's making more liquid in your recipe. Okay, I'm going to add a little more. And as soon as it cleans the bowl, you know you've got enough. And then you let it run for about 10 minutes. How's it look? Starting to clean the bowl. I need about 10, 11 cups. Okay, so now it looks like it's cleaning the sides of the bowl and the bottom of the bowl. And you just let it run for about 10 minutes. If it starts to not clean the sides and the bottom, then just add a little more flour and let it run another minute or two. But right now, it's good to go. Okay, this has been running for about 10 minutes now, so it's ready to turn off. And I'm gonna just leave it in the bowl, and I'm gonna take the dough hook off. I'm just oiling my hands so it doesn't stick to me. It's pretty sticky. It's more sticky than just plain white bread because I think because of the eggs that are in there. So that's it. We're gonna cover it and we're gonna wait till it doubles. And I'm gonna put this top back on. And then I could take a towel and just put a towel over it. That'd be fine. And that's it. Wait until it doubles, and then we'll take it out and braid it and make challah. And your kids could make all kinds of designs with it. They could add raisins, chocolate chips, sprinkles, anything they want, and just have fun with it. It's much more fun than playing with Play-Doh. Plus, they get to eat it after you bake it, and the house smells really good. Awesome. So enjoy. Okay, so you can see this challah dough has more than doubled. It's near the top of the bowl, and we're going to take it out and grease the board. I usually get my oil, vegetable oil, mazola, corn oil, or you can get peanut oil or any kind of vegetable oil, and I transfer it from a gallon to a smaller jar so it's easier for me to handle. And put some oil on the board, and then you're going to oil your hands so it won't stick when you take the dough out of the bowl. So let's just oil the board, and then you're going to take it out, the dough out of the bowl. Just come right out. Remember, your hands have oil on it, so it won't stick. See?
Yep. That's the same oil you use in the dough too? That's the same oil you use in the dough?
It's the same oil that I use in the dough. It's just a corn oil. I think it's mazola corn oil.
So any vegetable oil.
Okay, so we doubled this recipe, and we're going to make, it was for 10 cups of flour. So we're going to make 2 loaves. We can make 4 loaves depending on how big a loaf you like. So what I do to make the braid is I first make 4 ropes. And I do a 4 rope braid. So we divide half of it in 4. And then we just roll it into a rope, and have your kids help you because they love doing this. I'm telling you, it's fun for the kids. It feels really good. The dough is really soft, and it just feels wonderful. Okay, so you roll it into maybe about that long. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 15 inches. Then you've got 4 ropes. You try to make it as even as possible, but if it's not, it won't matter. It's still going to taste the same, right?
Yeah, delicious. Right. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 4 ropes close to each other, And you start with the outside one, and you go over the next one. You keep holding this outside one, under the next one, and over the next one. You take the outside one again, over, under, over. The outside one, over, under, over. Outside again, over the next one, under the next one, and over the next one, and then just pinch the ends.
Okay.
Then you come around to the other side. So I kind of started it from the middle. Take the outside one, over, under, over. You could do it with 5 ropes, 6 ropes, 7 ropes, the same principle. Over, under, over. I'm holding the outside one, over the next one, under the next one, and over the next one, and then just pinch the ends. There you go. Now, say you don't want such a big loaf, or you want to put another little braid on top, just cut a piece off. Cut a piece off, pinch this together, put it on your board, on your silk hat, on your cookie sheet to bake, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with this, what we just cut off. We're going to cut it in 3 or 4. Let's cut it in 4 and make another braid like that. This the kids could do because it's nice and smaller. Just give it to them to play with. 1, 2. So now you've got shorter ones. Maybe these are 5-6 inches, would you say? About 5-6 inches maybe. You get it as evenly as you can, but it's not important, again, how even, because it's still going to bake the same. Now you take the outside one, over the next one, under the next one, and over the next one. Same thing. Over, under, over. Over, under, over, and pinch the ends. Let's do it over here. Take the outside one, over, under, over. That's the trickiest part of making the challah. But you don't have to braid it. You could just make little loaves out of it, and then you pinch it together. And then you put it on top. And you don't want to give it the egg wash before you put this on top, because it'll slide off.
No.
This way it'll stay on.
It sticks.
It sticks. It sticks. I used to think that if I put the egg wash on and I put this on top of the egg wash, it would have it stick, but it would slide right off. So there you go. Now wait till that doubles. Give it the egg wash. Let's see, I've got some egg wash here. That's 1 egg yolk and a tablespoon of water. You just brush it lightly with the egg wash. Make sure you use your silk hat, and then, or parchment paper. You could use parchment paper, and then it won't burn on the bottom, and it'll have a nice crust without it burning. Wait till that doubles, and then we'll pop it in the oven.
Do you put seeds on this one?
I'm gonna put some. Maybe we could put some poppy seeds on this one.
Poppy seeds. Oh yeah.
Poppy seeds. Let's put some poppy seeds. There you go. That's it. I keep all my seeds in the freezer so they keep well, because you don't use that many.
Smart. And you have enough to make this all another one, right?
Now
whole
here's
second
the
one.
other half. So you can do the same thing with the other half, or you could make little rolls. So if you make a rope, you could just make a little pretzel-shaped roll like that, just like that. Or you could make a knot out of it and make it like that.
Cute.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll put it in the oven as soon as that doubles, and I'll be back. Okay, it looks like our bread has more than doubled. We made a recipe for 2 loaves,
Challah.
and you could turn this into even 4 loaves, like I said, or rolls, or whatever you want, but it makes 2 really nice sized loaves for a nice family, and it's very impressive looking the bigger loaves. So we put it in a 350 oven for 35 minutes on your sill pan so it doesn't burn. And this one, I didn't put the top braid. So you can see the difference, it's a little flatter. That top braid gives it a little more height if you add that. But it doesn't matter, it slices the same and it makes wonderful French toast.
Yum.
So 350, 35 minutes, we're gonna time that and then
I'll take it out
we're
and taste
gonna
it.
take it and slice it and taste it. I just took this out of the oven and it smells so good and it looks so beautiful. And we just slide it off and put it on the board and slice into it and see what it looks like. And we're gonna give it a taste. I wish you were here to taste some with me. You could put a little honey on it or, let's see. Look at how beautiful. I wish you could smell it.
Do some
It just-
people like put color in it
just
to
has
make
a
it like really yellow?
Well, the challah has a little more color than the plain white bread because you have the eggs in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got a really nice texture, really nice crumb, and it tastes really good.
Me, me, me. Thank you. Please, please.
So I'm gonna have a little taste. It's pretty hot.
Ooh, it's hot. Ooh, it's yummy. It's always so good.
Really, really good.
Swallow.
If you like it, thank you very much for watching, and share this with everybody that you know, and give it a thumbs up. Guess who loves you? I do.
See, let them in hearts. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices join in happy chorus as our prayer is humbly said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
All right.
Wow. That's how it's done.
And there's honey there. You can dip your bread in.
Happy New Year.